Welcome to your dose of Tao of the day, everybody. I am here to present to you the greatness of the Tao. Omaria, hello. I have never seen you on here before. If you want to join me on this program, all I do is ask you to pick a number from 1 to 81, and I read that chapter of the Tao Te Ching. The Tao Te Ching is an ancient text that 600 BC. And oh, look, you are going to join me. How wonderful. Be going slow on the app today. Don't know why, but you are joining me. When I click things, they don't happen as quickly. Oh, Maria, is that right?
It is. Greetings, Martin
You broke up.
John.
How you doing?
I am doing great this AM. How are you?
If something is going on with the app this morning, but I heard you for a split second, and I don't know if it. Oh, I heard you breathe.
Okay, good. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Oh, Maria, how
Awesome.
are you doing?
I am doing very well this AM. I have seen you on some other stages, and I was like, I want to, the Dow. Okay, okay. I want to go see him and check him out one day. And I come in here and you yell out my name first thing. So
Well, here we are together. Now it's the AM for you. It's the AM for me. Where you at, girl?
I am in South Carolina, so I'm East Coast.
You're East Coast, South Carolina. I was there for some barbecue sometime,
Uh
and
oh.
that was all right, man. Like like that was. I was just driving through. I've never really spent any like serious time there, but beautiful country there.
Yes, yes. It is, but the only thing is we have a lot of transplants coming. So it's like all of my nature is leaving because people need houses.
Yeah, no, and there's a lot of short-sightedness in the property in the people that the greedy people that kind of run the property. I'm
Right,
in
right.
Chicago. I'm in Chicago
Okay.
and and here because it's flat. I mean, you guys have like are you in mountains? Are you in mountainous area? Where
I'm
are you at?
actually in a mountainous area. I'm in the
Yeah.
upstate.
Okay. So there's only so much they can use. So they just whip it up. As soon as they can figure out a way to flatten it and put something
Yes.
on it, they're gonna do that shit. Like Chicago, because we're just flat, we just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. We just keep going further out with the suburbs until we run into other cities. I mean,
Right.
eventually, everything between Chicago and St. Louis is just going to be cement and like townhouses. Ugh,
Uh-huh.
people need to live, but
Exactly. So it's like I can't really be mad because I know people
that's
need
right.
some place to stay, but I'm like, where are my animals gonna go? I hate it for
Mhm.
them.
I know, and we do not think about that, and we need our animal neighbors, man. It keeps us remembering that is that we need to love each other, like
Mhm. Mhm.
because when you stack people on top of each other, that's just stress.
100%.
All
100%.
right,
Yeah.
well, and too many of those things go abandoned, then ain't nobody got nowhere to live anyway, right? Like,
Right.
because
That's
that's
why I'm
something.
hoping everything stays where it's good economy so there is no issues, you know what I
Yeah,
mean, after all this happens. So we got
I'm
to think
telling.
positive.
All right. Well, you give me a number between 1 and 81, and we're going to go right into this.
We're going to use number 28.
28. All right, 28. So, do you know the Tao Te Ching?
I have heard of it, but I haven't delved deep enough into it to be able to speak expertly about it.
Okay. Well, you're going to speak expertly about it today. Now, this
All
is a
right.
longer one, but we're going to get through it. There's four sections, and I will read it through, and then we'll go through it. Well, I'll get your initial reaction, and then we'll go through it line by line as much as we can.
Okay.
Know the male, yet keep to the female. Receive the world in your arms. If you receive the world, the Tao will never leave you, and you will be like a child. Know the white, yet keep to the black. Be a pattern for the world. If you are a pattern for the world, the Tao will be strong inside you, and there will be nothing that you cannot do. Know the personal, yet keep to the impersonal. Accept the world as it is. If you accept the world as it is, the Tao will be luminous inside you, and you will return to your primal self. The world is formed from the void, like utensils from a block of wood. The master knows the utensil, yet keeps to the block. Thus, she can use all things. Any initial thoughts there?
It makes me think of having an awareness of everything that's going on, kind of like our discussion about the real estate in my area, right? Having the knowledge of what's going on, but not letting that affect how I'm going to say how I show up
Go on. I love that. Thank you.
and and do what I need to do, because I still have the gifts and the power to make a change, even though things may be going on around me that are not congruent with the way I want to see them. I still have the power and the ability to live out my gifts and, make a difference.
That's right. That's right. I see it. I see it very much the same way. Like, all right, well, we can go into things, but we'll get to those things. So there are three major kind of chapters before there's this wrap up in this final section, right?
Hmm.
There's know the arms. If you receive the world, the Tao will never leave you, and you will be like a child. Now, when I look at male and female as it relates to the Tao, masculine, feminine, I always
Hmm.
look at this kind of structure and space. In order to utilize space, you need a structure. And structure is the male, right? Structure is the house. Space is the female aspect. That's what you can use. That's the yielding part. When we talk about the real estate market, there is space out there, and what ends up happening is people put structure on that space to make a house, and now that house is the male from your aspect. It is a structure that has been yielded to space. And then when someone buys that house, they can utilize what is inside that house, that space that you used to be able to enjoy where the animals were. Like that is now enclosed in a structure. So know the male, know that the fact that the house is there, yet keep to the space. Understand that now that a house is there, someone can use it. And there is love within that. Receive the world in your arms, right? Like that's the next line. Now you can receive all that love in your arms. And if you receive the world, the Tao will never leave you, and you will be like a child, just being able to love that space.
Mm. So that's saying, that no matter what is going on, you still can find the goodness in it.
You're breaking up again. You moved to a new space. What's going on?
No, I'm
Oh,
sorry. Is this
no,
better?
it's
I
not.
think I pulled my
Yep, you're
phone
good.
down. I don't have my earbuds in. I was
Oh,
saying
okay.
that it is meaning no matter what changes happen, you can still find the beauty in the original quote unquote space plus whatever the
Hmm.
addendum is, the added on space. Your job is to always just to find the beauty in what's happening around you.
Yes, receive the world in your arms, just as it is.
Mhm. Mhm.
So then we come into the know the white, yet keep to the black. Be a pattern for the world. If you are a pattern for the world, the Tao will be strong inside you, and there will be nothing you cannot do. What are your thoughts there?
Will you repeat that for me,
Yep.
Martin, please?
Know the white, yet keep to the black. Be a pattern for the world. If you are a pattern for the world, the Tao will be strong inside you, and there will be nothing you cannot do.
Know the white, yet keep to the black and be a pattern. Okay. So just show up as you are. is the first thing that comes to my mind. Just show up as you are. It's kind of like the black and white pattern of the yin yang, the balance, right? And you need a little
Hmm.
bit of good, you need a little bit of bad, for everything to flow. And the middle point is the pattern. It's just, okay, I'm here. You're going to get a little bit of the black, a little bit of the white, and all the colors in the spectrum in between.
That's right. That's right. Be like this idea of be a pat. If you are a pattern for the world, the Tao will be strong within you. Like you can know one aspect, but if you keep your mind on the whole, like if we look at a pattern, right? Like it could very often seem as if the black is the space and the white is the design on top of it,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so when it says know the white yet keep to the black is space. The black is endless space. Like when we look up at the sky at night, it's like there are stars in space, right?
Right.
So like the stars are the little things amongst the big space. And if we focus only on the stars, we're missing the fact that they are in space, which is literally around us at every moment.
Mm-hmm.
So we keep to the whole. Like, even though if you didn't see any stars in the sky, that would be like you would be looking into nothingness. And yet, once you put a dot up there, all of a sudden, you have space, right?
Mm.
Like think about your life that way. Your life, if you had nothing in it, like this is how you can be a pattern. You go out there and you fill space, and yet you allow that space to be there, not being anything, right? That space yields to you.
Woo. Okay. Okay, Martin.
And here the Tao will be strong inside you,
Mm-hmm.
and there will be nothing you can't do because all of that space is out there for you to embody.
Right. And just show up.
Just show up as a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Just show up as part of the pattern, and you don't have to like inject you everywhere. It can just be you are here.
I love it.
Know the personal, yet keep to the impersonal. Accept the world as it is. If you accept the world, the Tao will be luminous inside you and you will return to your primal self. Can you talk to me about this from our original conversation about the property market?
Yeah.
Know the personal, yet keep to the impersonal. Accept the world as it is. How does that ring to you?
Um, I think it's the judgment of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The know the personal but keep to the impersonal. Like, you may see from the outside what's going on, yet
Like they are transplants, right?
yeah,
Like that's
yeah, how I
personal.
said that, right?
Like you judge that like they're transplants. And yet the impersonal is like these are just people.
Yep, they're
Like
humans and they're just moving. You don't know why they moved to this area. Something could have
you broke up.
happened. You don't know why they moved to this area. Something could have happened. So see what you see from the outside, but don't make it an overall judgment of a situation.
And then when you meet people and when you hear about, oh, they're living in the new like, you know, section that they just built, it's like, but then you can be your primal self. You don't have to be this person who is judging and hurt by the actions of others.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
The world is formed from the void like you would. We want to look at utensils as like tools from the whole. The master knows the utensils, yet keeps to the block. Thus, she can use all things. This is, have you gone quiet or have I lost you?
No, no, no. I'm still here.
All
I'm
right.
listening
Oh,
in.
you're listening. Okay. the world is the world is formed from the void, as we mentioned earlier. The utensils, like utensils from the block of wood, the master used the utensils but keeps to the block. Thus she can use all things. And this is, like this is starting to get a little confusing. Um and I'm looking at it like the world is formed from the void. And come back on as if you get cut off so we can
Okay,
finish
I
this up.
will.
Yeah. The world is formed from the void. The void is all of that space that we are a pattern within, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um the utensils, like utensils from a block of wood. So there's a block of wood, and then you can cut tools out of that and carve tools out of that block of wood. The master knows the utensil, you know the tool. So yeah, come back on and then we can finish this up. So the master, you and I, right? Anybody that is thinking in a high way, knows the tool, knows the utensil, but keeps to the fact that there is a block that. I'm bringing you back up now, but it's taking a little while to get keeps to the block. Understanding. Hmm.
All right.
What are your thoughts?
I missed some of it
Okay.
towards
Let
the
me read it
end.
one more time.
Okay.
The world is formed from the void, like utensils from a block of wood. The world is formed from the void like utensils from a block of wood. Okay, so the world is the block of wood is the void, and the world are the utensils. So it was carved out of one, was
Mm-hmm.
carved out of the other. And that is very similar to our um, male and female, white and black, personal and impersonal. Like there is a high standard and then a not so high standard, right? Like there is, like, if you can, it is this male and female aspect. It is the structure or the space, the structure or the space. And the Tao does speak to that at an infinite way, right? Like there is
Mm.
the world, and then on the world, there is water and earth, right? And
Right.
then on that there is space, and then there's a house, and then inside the house there's a person, and then inside the person is the Tao, right? And so there's this endless cycle of, you know diving in, and there's of course millions and millions of ways of breaking that down. So there's this kind of structure, space, male, female, right? And there's this constant like using of that structure. There's a structure, like, so first, we have the Tao, which is the all, and then we have space, and then we have planets, and then we have stars, and we have all of these things, and it just comes down to the molecular level, where it's male, female, male, female. So the world is formed from the void like utensils from a block of wood. The master knows the utensils, yet keeps to the block. So we know the stuff, but we need to keep to the space. We need to keep to that which yields to the stuff.
Yeah.
And if we can do that, we can use all things.
Right, right. Because I think sometimes we get so caught up in the male parts, right? The physical, the
Mm.
house, the car, the all of the utensils. We get caught up in that when really everything came from that void area, that space area. And so sometimes when we get caught up in those mundane things, we lose
Right.
sight of we lose well, sometimes when we get caught up in those mundane things, we lose sight of the bigger picture, that all things come for this. And I'll use it
Right.
as an example of, let's say you may not be as successful as you want to be. You may not live in the high end neighborhood and be able to have the luxury items like you want to. But you are, however, you're forgetting that you still have the ability to create that which you desire in the space. You just have to put in the work to
Mm.
do it and to start to carve and create what you want to create. So even though you may see the physical, the male pieces out there, you still have the ability to create as well.
Yeah, because it's you keep to the fact that it is made from the void and you are
Mm-hmm.
part of the void. And so
Right.
like as you get caught up in like yes, you use the utensil. You know, and there's nothing wrong with using like driving around in a Mercedes and like top down like all that kind of stuff. Nothing wrong with that. But we have to remember that if we get caught up in that, then we're just caught in one aspect of the universe. There is another aspect of the universe in which it is all encompassing.
Yep, it's all there anyway. You already got it. It's all there. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So that's 28. Thank you so much for joining me for this. I really appreciate getting to know you and chatting a little bit.
You are so welcome, Martin John. Do I call you Martin John or Martin?
Martin John, yeah.
Okay. You are so welcome. I appreciate it. This is like, I think this is my second time being on someone's stage. So I
Well,
appreciate the
congratulations and welcome.
opportunity.
Well, first off, welcome to Wisdom. This is a wonderful community of people that we're just we're all like it seems to me, and the people that I have engaged with mostly, it just seems we're all just rooting for each other and giving out some love. So I really appreciate that you're here and doing the same.
Yes, 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 yes. I'm excited to meet everyone and to just share. Just share the things that
Yes.
I've learned through my years and to hear and to listen to the wisdom of other people because so far everybody is so wise and smart and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, what have
Yeah.
I?" But it's
Well, you
beautiful.
belong. You belong here. So thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Martin John, and you have a great day.
You too, dear. We'll be in touch.
All right,
I'm
take
gonna go
care.
ahead and follow you right quick, and then I'm gonna and yeah. I don't know if I can. Let me see. I can't. Yeah. I don't. I for some reason the app is not letting me do the things that I can normally usually do. Um.
Uh-oh.
So
Might be a
so
little
what
bit of
I'm gonna
Mercury
do? Yeah.
retrograde.
There's a little burp burp. Can you on the bottom of your or if you click, you can leave
I will.
the room. Yeah, and then other people can come on if they want. Thank you so much. Have a
M-
great day.
My pleasure. You have a
Okay.
great day as well.
Thank you. So that was 28, and I've if you've been listening to me for me for a while, you've heard me cover 28 before, but I think that was a really nice one. I think that really like I think we covered that one. I think mainly because we did talk about it for a while. Like some of these longer ones, we don't always get an opportunity to cover fully, but that one we covered really wonderfully. Um, I'm gonna wait a couple minutes or a couple moments to see if anybody else wants to come on, but I think um, I am complete there. Mainly because I have a workshop that I'm going to be starting in an hour and a half. If anybody is interested in my workshop, definitely reach out to me, DM me on Instagram. My workshop is entitled Recover Yourself Workshop. We look at if you've ever been upset at people politically, if you've ever been upset at people for moving into your neighborhood, if you've ever been upset for, like at people or things, like we all get upset, we all get triggered. And in the Recover Yourself workshop and the Recover Yourself work I do, we look at those triggers and we try and trace them back to ourselves. Like we said here in this 28, know the male yet keep to the female, right? Know the white yet keep to the black. Know the personal yet keep to the impersonal. When you're out there in the world, you can know what upsets you, but you have to be able to let go so that you can see within yourself what is causing that frustration because it's not the other person, right? You are not being upset because someone is doing what they do. You're being upset because of a belief you hold within yourself. And when we can keep to the black in that way, when we can keep to the female in that way, and we can just allow ourselves to receive that frustration or allow ourselves to notice what's going on, well then we can more easily be a present in the world and use everything in the world as we do. And that is really what the Recover Yourself workshop addresses. And I have one this morning, so if you are interested, it's in an hour and a half. You can still get tickets on Eventbrite, and I would be happy to have you join me for it's gonna probably be 2 to 2.5 hours. It's a 3-hour workshop. If you are professional, if you work within the drug and alcohol rehab world, there are continuing education units for you available, and you can buy tickets on Eventbrite for that. You can get a link to that through my link tree, and you can find that in my Instagram profile. It's Linktree Martin John, I believe, or let me see if I can find it. Um, I want to tell you what it is. Linktree, linktr.ee. Um, and if you, yeah, if you, let me see if I can get into this. It was broken down earlier today, but either way, um, so yeah, you can find, yeah, it's Linktree Martin John, Linktree / Martin John, and you'd be able to find links to the Eventbrite page and purchase your tickets for today's workshop, which goes live in about an hour and a half. Thank you so much, Omaria, for joining me, and everybody that listened to the Tao of the Day, and everybody that continues to listen to Tao of the Day. I really appreciate that you guys are out there even talking about it. I've been on a couple stages, and before I've gotten on, I've heard people mention this program, and I'm really grateful that you guys are getting so much out of it. Love you guys. Hope you have a wonderful day, and until next time, keep recovering yourself.